This is Ask a Question Wednesday. Emiy asked the question about the difference between wanting to be of service and selfless service. And this question really is derived from the sentiment that desire or want should be let go of in order for service to be selfless. And I personally have encountered this a lot in recovery. The idea that that being spiritual or practicing spirituality in some way is some lofty goal that really can never be achieved or met. But for me, recovery really is a practical path to better connect with ourselves and others. And so I think desire has gotten a really bad rap. If we look at recovery literature, though, we might have a different perspective because in 12-step fellowships, the third tradition usually states something to the effect that the only requirement for membership is the desire, the want to stop drinking, using, whatever it is, So there's a strong desire there, a want. And also, another point in some recovery literature in Narcotics Anonymous, right before the steps, it says, if you want what we have to offer and are willing to make the effort to get it. So for me, desire, want, intention is really an essential part of everything we do, especially in recovery. The stronger the motivation, the more energy we'll usually put into those efforts. There are two problems associated with desire or wanting that really gives it that bad vibe or bad rap. Is one, our motives behind our desires and wants, and also the attachment to the outcomes. So, when it comes to service, if we want, if we wait until our motives are completely pure before we start serving others, we will never be of service to anyone. So that would be a completely waste if we waited until our motives were completely pure. In mindfulness, we talk about levels of skill. When I started practicing service, I was very unskillful, but I was still helping people. I've become more skillful at helping others because I assess my motives and my approach to serving others, and I make adjustments as needed. So I've become much more skillful at helping others, but I still have the desire to help others. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing this video. The second problem with desire is attachment to outcomes. So even if I have a desire to help others in a certain way, it rarely turns out the way I initially envision it. So I've learned for myself to just help people as best I can, and just the rest in that space of the possibility of there being a ripple effect of positivity that I will never even know about and that I surely cannot control. But that ripple effect of positivity really begins with that desire to help. And finally, I love philosophy and I love thinking deeply about things, but in my experience, recovery principles need to be practical or they're useless. So if you want to be of service, just begin. You will learn how to serve better as you go.